So, found an old gift card, 19.99, balance 93 cents. I laughed. I mean, that's not even enough for a gumball. Maybe a third of one if the machine's feeling generous. But then I got curious. Just out of boredom, what if I'd put those 93 cents in at 2.25% annual interest and just never touched it? After 1,000 years, it would be $4.3 billion, 4.3 billion from 93 cents. Which, by the way, I blew on something in 1999. I don't even remember what. Probably a Slurpee. And that's when one question hit me. One really uncomfortable question. If even my pathetic 93 cents could turn into billions, why are you still broke? You've got more than $1 in your pocket. I'm looking at you, and I'm really hoping you do. Today, we're breaking down the magic of compound interest. Why it works. Why it works so slowly that everyone quits. And why the only way to actually get rich is to start boring, patient, and ideally yesterday. Okay, let me explain. But first, there's one reason why 90% of people quit this in the first year. I did it too. I'll show you in a minute. For now, the mechanics. Simple interest is when they pay you on the money you put in. You invest $100, you get $10 on top. Basic. Compound interest is when they pay you on the money you put in plus on the money you already earned before. So money makes babies. Babies make grandkids. Grandkids make great-grandkids. And at some point, you've got a whole financial dynasty going. And you haven't lifted a finger. I live in the year 3000. We have robots that invest better than any human. And you know what? People still manage to lose money because they pull it out early and finance flying cars they can't afford. Some things don't change in 1,000 years. Here's another way to think about it. A snowball. At first you're rolling a tiny ball. Slow, heavy, it barely grows. You're thinking, what's even the point? But then the ball gets a little bigger. It picks up more snow with each roll, then more, and eventually that thing takes out your neighbor's garage. Your neighbor's furious, but you're rich now, so honestly, who cares? I didn't get this for a long time. I thought money was like pizza. Slice is there. Eat it. No slice, go hungry. I was very consistent with that logic. I ate every financial slice the second it showed up. Compound interest works the exact opposite way. Don't eat the baby money, and one day you'll have a whole pizza empire. Look at this chart. Here's my 93 cents at 2.25% annual interest. First 10 years, I've got about $1 and change. Amazing. After 50 years, around $3. Incredible. After 100 years, $8. In 100 years. Now, do you understand why 90% of people quit? Because they look at that and think, this isn't working. I'd rather just buy some Jordans. So they go and they buy them. And honestly, fair enough from a right now standpoint. Not so fair from a next 100 years standpoint. But here's what happens after that. After 200 years, already $65. After 300 years, $3,700. After 500 years, $12 million. After 1,000 years, $4.3 billion. See what's happening? This is called exponential growth. Exponential means not linear. Not plus 10 every year, but plus a percentage of whatever you already have. And that percentage gets calculated on a bigger number every single year. The human brain is terrible at understanding exponentials. We think in straight lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But an exponential goes 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. In the year 3000, they teach this in kindergarten. But from what I can see, in your century, this is basically classified information. Nobody talks about it. Because if everyone started investing, who's going to keep buying stuff they don't need on credit? So the first few years feel like nothing is happening, and then suddenly everything happens at once. There's just one problem. 1,000 years is a long time. I checked. People don't live that long, not even the really healthy ones. Although in 3,000 we do have cryogenic pods, but that's a whole other story, and I'm genuinely not recommending it. Let's talk about the real world. Okay, forget the 1,000 years. Let's look at actual numbers. My whole 93-cent scenario at 2.25%. That's a fairy tale. Pretty, but useless. Real life looks like this. Take $100 a month. Not $3,000. Not $10. $100. A Starbucks every day. That's roughly what we're talking. Put it in an S&P 500 index fund. Historically, around 10% annual returns. In 30 years, $200,000 plus. In 40 years, $530,000 plus from $100 a month that you won't even notice. Now the other scenario, you start at 35 instead of 25. 10 years late. In 30 years, still 200 grand. But you left another 300,000 on the table that you could have had if you'd started earlier. That's the cost of waiting. Every year, you sit on your hands, costs you future money. Not current money, future money. It doesn't exist yet, so it doesn't feel real. But it will, or it would have. I started late, and every time I run these numbers, I feel it in the place where my financial wisdom should be, right about here. Now, a bonus for anyone who started early, or for anyone who just felt that pang and wants to fix it. What if you start at 20 instead of 25? 5 years difference, just 5. Same $100 a month, same 10%. Start at 25. By 65, you've got $637,000. Start at 20. By 65, you've got $1,100,000. 5 extra years of contributions. That's $6,000 of actual money you put in. But the difference at the end? Almost $500,000. Where did that $500,000 come from? You didn't earn it. You didn't save it. It showed up on its own because the money had 5 more years to work. That's what starting early actually means. This isn't a motivational speech. It's arithmetic. In the year 3000, they call this the young hamster effect. The young hamster who started saving early, by old age, he's got a heated burrow. The hamster who waited for the right moment lives in a burrow with no heat and regrets everything. I was the second hamster. Don't be me. Another thing that quietly kills people, inflation. You keep cash under your mattress. You think it's safe, it's right there. But every year, without making a sound, it loses 3 to 4% of its purchasing power. After 20 years, your $10,000 under the mattress is worth about $5,500 in real buying power. You didn't spend anything. You just held on to it and lost half. It's like putting a pizza in the fridge for 20 years. Technically, it's still there, but you're not eating it, and your roommates are giving you a look. In the year 3000, they got rid of mattresses entirely. We sleep in pods, but people still find ways to stash money in all the wrong places. Progress has its limits. Now, something nobody talks about. The interest rate matters, but most people have no idea how much. Look at this. You invest $10,000 for 30 years at 6% annual. After 30 years, you've got $57,000. At 8%, already $100,000. At 10%, $174,000. Same money, same time frame. 3 times the difference. 4 percentage points, and you're either on the yacht or watching the yacht from the dock. I know what you're thinking right now. Where do I even get 10%? That sounds insane. Historically, the S&P 500 has averaged around 10% annually over the past century. Not a guarantee. That's history, but it's pretty convincing history. Your standard savings account, 2 to 4%, which is officially worse than inflation in bad years. meaning the bank takes your money, puts it to work, makes a profit, and pays you just enough that you don't leave. That's what you'd call polite robbery. In the year 3000, banks got more honest. They now just say out loud, "We're taking your money and giving you back less." People still go. Old habits. And last, the secret your bank definitely doesn't want you to know. It's called the Rule of 72. Take the number 72, divide it by your annual interest rate. That's how many years it takes for your money to double. At 6%, 72 divided by 6, 12 years. At 10%, 72 divided by 10, a little over 7 years. At 2%, 36 years. Congratulations, your bank will double your money right around the time you retire. Maybe. Pull up your calculator right now. Type in 72. Divide it by whatever your bank is giving you. Look at that number. Think about your life choices. I'll wait. That number is your real financial age, not the one on your driver's license, the one in your banking app. In the year 3000, every kid knows the Rule of 72. It's on the kindergarten entrance exam. Right next to what's 2 plus 2 is how many years to double your money at 8%. Kids answer without blinking. In your century, nobody teaches this in school. I don't know why. Actually, I do. But that gets into politics, and I'm not a politician. I'm just a guy with a gift card worth 93 cents. Okay, personal story time. I knew about compound interest, in theory, but instead of boring, steady investing, I kept looking for ways to make money fast. 1. I put money into a company making breathable socks, special socks, with little holes for airflow. The company lasted 4 months. The socks breathed. My money did not. 2. I bought crypto at the peak of the hype, sold at the bottom. That's called doing everything backwards. I was a world-class bag holder. By the way, in the year 3000, crypto still exists, and people still buy at the top and sell at the bottom. Evolution is apparently optional. 3. I found a program where you recruit 5 friends, and in 6 months, everyone's doing great. 6 months later, I was down 4 friends and $500. The math wasn't wrong, just pointing the wrong direction. You know what all those stories have in common? I wanted results without waiting. I wanted to skip ahead, jump over the boring 10 years, and just show up at the finish line. But compound interest doesn't do shortcuts. It's the one financial tool where patience is literally the most profitable thing you can do. Sit. Wait. Don't touch it. That's the hardest work there is, because it feels like you're doing nothing. You're doing something. You're just doing it very slowly and very correctly. All right, here's the bottom line. Compound interest isn't magic. It's math. Boring, slow, absolutely ruthless math. It doesn't care about your GPA. It doesn't care where you're from. It doesn't care that you screwed up before. It only cares about one thing. Did you start or not? My 93 cents could have become $4 billion. All it needed was one thing, living for 1,000 years and keeping my hands off it. I didn't live 1,000 years. Well, almost, but that's a different story. 30 years, $100 a month, 10% annually, that's $500,000. Start today, not tomorrow. Today, because tomorrow you'll find another reason to wait just a little longer. I know, I did it for about 10 years straight. If this video helped you, subscribe, hit like, ring the bell. Bender says it's pointless, but Bender put all his savings on hover horse racing in New York. Don't listen to Bender, and don't buy breathable socks.